I planned on filming an entire video of how the Sargent degree platform works and post it today to coincide with the new Twitter Blue, which is going to have apparently video limits up to 42 minutes and 1080p, but apparently that's getting pushed back a little bit. So until that happens, I figured I'd at least make a teaser of the degree platform, specifically one little feature of it that it's lost on a lot of people and Sargent doesn't necessarily go out of their way to tell you about, but it is pretty neat. So the degree platform is really two platforms in one with three levels. That's kind of confusing. You've got degree 1 or DG1, which uses conical pins, which are these right here. Basically your standard pin tumbler pin, but a little bit bigger. DG2 and DG3, or degree 2, degree 3, use the angled pins, which are, well, call it what they are. They are Medico pins. Medico manufactures them. They use left, right, center orientation, so Medico original. The conical ones mirror Medico bi-level. And again, Medico makes these, so again, call it what it is. They're Medico bi-level pins. The spacing between the two, DG1 and DG2 and 3, is the exact same. They just use different pins, but same rules apply as far as bitting depths 1 through 6, same max, same rules when pinning up a interchangeable core, for example, a 6300. The other neat thing about them is that these are both TA keyways. This is the DG1 version, and this is the DG2 and 3 version. Very similar, but the difference is right here. In addition to those angled pins, which interface with the sidebar, DG2 and 3 have a slider, which is analogous to the Medico 3 slider. So you insert your, well, this isn't the right blank. I brought the wrong one, but that notch cutout interfaces with a slider, as well as the pins and the sidebar, which allows retraction, and you can turn and all that. But see right here, it's locked into place, positively locked by that slider. Difference for DG1, obviously there are no angled pins, no slider, anything like that. But they do have a sidebar. You may be thinking, well, why do I have that? Well, here's why. And if you have mortise or rim cylinders, they don't have that sidebar. They've got a ball bearing D10, I think right here, or maybe it's in the back, but either way. So here's why they do that. I've got TA, DG2 and 3 blank, and then a DG1. So this is a DG1 core. I put my TA in there, and it turns and operates. Obviously it's not pinned right now. The TA, DG2 and 3 will also pass and operate. So what this means is, just like with a Medico 3 and a Medico bi-level, you can have a mix and match of the platforms within a facility, depending on the varying levels of security you need for certain openings. So I can cut, since the spacing's the same, you know, I don't know, whatever the bitting is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, for example, and I can operate this top master key in DG1 or DG2 and DG3 cores, cylinders, whatever it may be. And I haven't said it, but the only difference between DG2 and 3 is that DG3 has UL 437 listing on it. They went and got it tested and certified and all that, so basically the same. But the reason why they put this slider here, or I'm sorry, the sidebar, is because if you can imagine a facility where you've got hundreds of blocks and maybe 100 or so are DG1 and the rest are DG2 and 3, or vice versa, whatever it may be. Imagine if you had end users, customers, tenants, whatever, sticking their key in, let's just say a common entry door, and it's smooth as silk. Can't feel anything. But when you go to a storeroom or HR or something like that, where you need the high security, when they put their key in, they can feel that sidebar clicking. Now there's nothing to interface with the sidebar here. It's just conical pins. And with rim and mortise, it's the same, but by including that sidebar or that ball bearing detent on the larger ones, you mimic that feel. So it doesn't throw end users for a loop that some operate smoother than others, because otherwise they might be inundating the locksmith on staff or whoever they hire saying, hey, these are clicking, but the other ones are smooth. So it was kind of a neat way to mimic that feel. And I know it doesn't seem like it here because it would just make sense to machine them the same and then just stick the sidebar in there. But they didn't do the same with mortise and rim. They went with that ball bearing detent. And you can see this is kind of a, I guess you'd call a neutered sidebar. It's got the cutouts for the slider element, but there are no legs on there to interface with the pins, which obviously you wouldn't have on conical because they're all solid. But that is a neat little feature on there that allows a facility to utilize the entire degree platform as their needs require, DG 1, 2, or 3, but the feeling between the cylinders will be the exact same. So the, again, customer, end user, whatever, are none the wiser. So little attentions to details like that are kind of clever, and I really, it tickles the hell out of me. So that's why I figured I'd make a video. Now, when the next one comes out, when I can post a longer video than 6-7 minutes, I'll go into a full deep dive of the degree platforms. But for now, just a little teaser, the purpose of the sidebar in a DG1 or that ball bearing detent in mortise and rim. Pretty clever.